All right. Good day, madlang peeps and future social workers. Welcome to our social work board review. This is General Knowledge Drills Social Work Licensure Examination, Episode 3, our last episode for this series. And without further ado, let's get started. Our resources that we've used for this episode will come with or came from Social Welfare and Social Work by Miss Thelma Lee Mendoza, Introduction to Social Work by Miss Leonora S. de Guzman, and also various articles on World Wide Web. Same format with our previous episode. If you want to get a piece of paper or write down the answer, kasi we have a time pressure of 15 seconds, and this will stimulate or surely stimulate your brain when it comes to answering board examination questions. Let's get started. Are you ready? Alrighty. So, number one. Number two. Number three. Alright, sorry. One moment. Share my screen. Alright. Number four. Number five. Number six. Number seven. Number eight. Number nine. Tense naman buzzer mo, Boss Dre. Hey, Sir Darcy, good evening. Kailangan talaga yan. No? Kailangan yung pressure. Kailangan matetense tayo. Alright, number 10. Number 11. Number 12. Number 30. Number 40. And last number. All right, that ends our 15 question in 15-second episode 3. Kamusta? Was it easy? As you've encountered naman, we already incorporated concepts from casework, group work, and CO, also some with HBSE. Let's proceed with the drills or the item analysis of the drills. But before we do, promote ko ulit ang ating YouTube channel. If hindi ka pa nakakapag-subscribe, subscribe ka na. We will be posting or at the time of this episode, we have General Knowledge Drills episode 1 and episode 2. I'll also be posting this right after matapos ang ating video. And abangan nyo na lang if you want to recall. Kasi di ba we believe na retention is good when it comes to processing knowledge. You might as well do that. And we also have some episodes na rin na you can browse. Subscribe ka na. Diba? Share mo na rin. Alrighty, let's proceed. For item analysis. Okay, na-exit ko ulit. 1 second. Okay. Number 1. It refers to change originating from a decision to make a deliberate effort to improve the system and to obtain the help of an outside agent in making this improvement. Letter A, plan change, or letter B, holistic change. Anong sagot natin? What are the clues in this question? Improving the system, obtaining the help of an outside agent in improving or for improvement. Oh, when we say plan, okay, I already revealed the answer. Letter A, plan change. Ano ba yung holistic change? When we say holistic, it's it comes with the ano kasing Tagalog nun? Basta the whole being of a person. Yung mga facets ng isang tao. Most common is biopsychosocial, cultural, environmental. Yung factors ng isang tao, that's holistic. Yung kabuuan ng isang tao. Sabi nga nila, the whole is better than the sum of its parts. Diba? Answer dito is plan change. Bakit nga ba plan change? Plan change in social work, systematic siya. It's a systematic approach to empower individuals, groups, and communities, collaborating and also identifying the needs, develop goals, and implement strategies to achieve desired outcome. Ginagamit natin for plan change is, or one of this process of social work, from the engagement, from the problem assessment, planning, action, evaluation, and follow-up. Yun yung goal natin for plan change. It's systematic, di ba? It evaluates the effectiveness of the intervention and also terminate services. And if necessary, magkakonduct tayo ng follow-up. Number 2, she is the originator of the problem-solving framework in social work. Is it letter A, Helen Harris Perlman, or letter B, Mary Richmond? Anong sagot natin? Originator of the problem-solving framework in social work. When we hear Mary Richmond, ano ba yung pinaka-common na contribution niya with the social work profession or the social work itself? Makikita natin. Answer natin, letter A. Helen Harris Perlman. Perlman wrote Social Casework, a problem-solving process in 1957. She discussed the use of the problem-solving model in modern social work. She is the originator, hindi lang niya diniscuss, but she originated the problem-solving framework in social work. And it is a progressive transaction between the professional helper and the client. Ano bang goal ng problem-solving model? Una-una natin gagawin, of course, paano naiintindihan or paano natin pag-aaralan yung problema ng isang kliyente based sa facts na makukuha natin or data gathering method. So after natin magkaroon ng fact or yung mga fact based dun sa case ng isang client, we have to probe, we have to ask questions further. Kailangan pag-isipan, kailangan i-establish yung relationship between the client and the worker, and hanapin yung strength ng kliyente and also significance ng case niya. That's another way to put diagnosis. And kailangan syempre magkakaroon ng decision between the client and the worker. And also, syempre lahat naman ng isang relationship nagtatapos. Yeah, I mean, client-worker relationship. I'm not bitter, pero I'm saying it in a social work aspect na kailangan alam na ng kliyente kung kailan magtatapos yung client-worker relationship at the start pa lang. Kasi we have identified needs in developing goals, and also after natin ma-implement, we will terminate the helping relationship. Ito naman, when we compare different processes sa casework, group work, and community organization. If you want, you can screenshot this kasi dito natin makikita yung similarities nila, and also saan ba nakapatuon when we say defining the general knowledge. Kapag sa casework, kapag kinukuha natin yung problem presented, it's intake in group work. Kapag naman sa CO, according to these various authors or various individuals, kapag sa casework, or kapag sa CO, it's a recognition of the problem. You just take time to understand these processes kasi sigurado magagamit nyo siya as you go along. Si Miss Mary Ellen Richmond naman, she wrote the book Social Diagnosis from 1917. And this is the foundation for the scientific methodology development of professional social work. That's how we differentiate Helen Harris Perlman and Mary Ellen Richmond. Moving on. Number 3, I consider you as having worth. I treat your ideas and feelings with consideration. I do not intrude upon your person. Is it A, respect, or B, camaraderie? Yung una pa lang, I consider you as having worth. Ano ba yung within our code of ethics or code of social work profession, that's respecting the worth and dignity of a person, diba? Answer is letter A, respect. Social work code of ethics, una-una, service. Ang goal natin is tulungan yung mga tao na nangangailangan and also address yung problema na kinakarap nila. Social justice naman, we challenge social injustice. Kailangan nabibigay yung karampatang tulong sa isang tao, lalo na sa mga marginalized communities. Integrity, we believe in a trustworthy manner. Kahit hindi ka nakikita, you have to make sure na naka-incline or naka-align ka with the code of ethics kahit walang nakakakita sa'yo or hindi ka nakikita ng supervisor mo. Importance of human relationships, recognize the central importance of human relationships. Kasi kapag may disruption or dysfunction with the client's human relationship, malaking effect niya with the whole being ng kliyente natin. Ito yung na-mention ko, dignity and worth of the person. We respect the inherent dignity of worth of the person. And competence within their areas of competence, and develop and enhance their professional expertise. It's a lifelong learning, di ba? Kailangan we indulge ourselves with trainings for continuing professional development or CPD. That is the Social Work Code of Ethics. Number 4, the link between assessment and intervention. It translates the content of assessment into a goal statement that describes the desired results. Letter A, diagnosis, or letter B, planning. Ito, with the social work process, ang nasabi niya, it's a link between assessment and intervention. Ano ba yung in-between nitong dalawang to? That is, letter B, planning. Planning, it includes setting goals and objectives and also making an action plan. Okay. Yun ang importance ng pagpaplano, of course. If we fail to plan, we plan to fail. Ika nga. That is planning. It's between assessment. Kapag nakapag-data gathering ka na, you plan for the goals and objectives na magdi-decide or pagdi-decidean nyo together with the client, in line also with the vision and mission of the agency kung nasan ka, and also your actual duties and responsibilities. It's an action plan, and then ita-translate mo siya with the intervention or the actual execution ng goals and objectives nyo. Number 5, Robert Winter and his colleagues at the University of Michigan conceptualized and developed this approach, which they based on the theory of group work as social treatment. Letter A, remedial approach. Letter B, interactionist approach. Anong sagot natin? Robert Winter, yung proponent, it's a social treatment. Ibig sabihin, there's a problem or there's a deviant behavior. Kapag deviant behavior or social treatment na pinag-uusapan, that is letter A, remedial approach. Let's expound this. Remedial model, it's a treatment of individual's behavior because the individual is suffering with social and personal adjustment. Merong deviant behavior na hindi approved ng society. And we will use this group work approach para mo-normalize yung behavior na yun. Other term for that is it is designed for disadvantaged groups needing intervention to avoid negative paths. Kapag kasi pag nagtuloy-tuloy yan, it might be it might go with committing crimes, di ba? Diyan naman nagsisimula yun with the deviant behavior. So we have to help disadvantaged groups to provide intervention for them to avoid being in a negative path. It's a treatment usually in a small system. And it's a planned ways to modify the client's behavior. That's remedial model. Yung isang option naman, which is interactionist approach, it's developed by William Schwartz. It's a symbiotic relationship between people and their environment. It's mediating the process through which the individual and society reach out to each other through a mutual need for self-fulfillment. Kung ang kliyente nasa isang social work agency, syempre tutulungan mo yung kliyente, no? Identification of the problem, identification of the setting of objectives, goals, diba? And also, magmi-mediate ka in a sense na tutulungan mo yung client and also yung agency na kailangan niya or yung agency kung saan mo siya possibly na ilalagay. Or minsan, yung agency na kung nasaan ka, di ba? It's a symbiotic relationship. Kailangan mag-exist yung tatlong yon with you in the middle. And you have to help both of them. No? That's interactionist approach. May interaction ka with those aspects of the client. Number 6 naman, client unconsciously transfers emotions, attitudes, and behaviors that are derived from his past experiences to the worker. Letter A, transference, and B, counter-transference. Kapag yung kliyente yung nagtatransfer ng emotion, attitude, di ba? If meron siyang bad experiences with the parent, halimbawa yung kliyente is may bad experience sa parents niya, and then na-visualize niya or nakita niya na may similarities kayo ng parent niya. There might be some behavior na unconsciously ita-transfer sa'yo. What's the meaning of that? What is that term? Diba? And it's vice versa. Kapag naman yung social worker yung may ganong klaseng transfer of emotions, answer natin dun is counter-transference. But when with this question, answer is letter A, transference. What is transference? Project irrational feelings and attitudes from the past into people in the present. Kapag counter naman, it's an unconscious attitudes that a therapist or a nurse develop toward the client in response to client's behavior. In social work aspect naman, transference refers to unconsciously, yun yung medyo highlighted yun unconsciously projecting feelings and attitudes from past relationships sa social worker or kung sino yung nag-handle sa case niya. It might be a positive or negative experience that is stemmed dun sa mga issues na hindi pa niya nare-resolve. Or, as we've mentioned, past experiences. That is transference. Number 7, providing the client the protection within the limits of the law from harm that might result from divulging information from the worker. Is it A, client self-determination, or letter B, confidentiality? What are our clues? No? Protection within the limits of the law from harm that might result. Divulging, nagsasabi ka ng information na kailangan, masasabi ko na kasi yung term Ano kasi, it's a privileged information. Yun. What's the other term for that word? It's a privileged information. Answer natin is letter B, confidentiality. Privacy and confidentiality. Social workers should respect clients' right to privacy. Should not solicit private information unless it is essential to providing services. May disclose confidential information when appropriate with valid consent. Kapag may consent lang with the client, dun lang tayo pwedeng magsabi ng personal information or unless mandated by the law. Or kapag yung kliyente is proven na might do harm to herself or to other people. That's yun yung limitation with confidentiality. Number 8, who determines the selection of community organization model? Is it A, preference of the worker, or B, nature of the problem? CEO naman to. Sino bang nagde-determine kung anong model ang gagamitin? Because it differs. Although, there are cases na you have to do all the models. Ano ba yung mainly na reason natin kung bakit nagse-select tayo? Because we have to know the nature of the problem. No? It's kasi if it's preference of the worker, kapag hindi naman fit yung model with the problems of the community, hindi mo siya ma-resolve, di ba? Based on the Rothmans model, ano ba yung tatlong model ng CO? Number 1 is community development. Ang goal natin is to increase community capacity and integration, makapacitate yung community and to become participants din ng pagbabago. No? Ang role natin doon is to become a coordinator, enabler, and catalyst. Kapag social action naman, change resources and power dynamics, usually marginalized sector, which are victims of oppression. No? You have to challenge that power structure and to mobilize people to take action against powerful persona or powerful individuals. Usually, those people in power or political power per se. With social planning naman, problem solving, and we employ experts, 'di ba? In the community, ang mga kliyente natin may not be as participants or participatory in nature in compare with community development. They are consumers kasi of the service. If we base the question, we have to understand the nature of the problem kasi doon natin madedevelop yung effective solution and to ensure also na ma-address natin yung root cause ng problema. Baka naman hindi community development yung kailangan ng kliyente, kundi social planning. Diba? It will help us to prevent making assumptions sa mga um, kailangan na programs na gawin with the community and also to ensure na rin na naintindihan natin yung problema ng kliyente. That's how we say na we have to understand first kung ano yung nature ng problem before we decide kung ano yung model na gagamitin. Number 9, when the goal of the group is personal growth, what should be the ideal atmosphere within each group can function effectively? Letter A, cooperative atmosphere, or letter B, competitive atmosphere. This is group work. Okay, in a sense, it's good na we have competitive atmosphere, di ba? Like, kapag competitive tayo, mas napapakita natin yung skills natin. Mas nabibigyan tayo ng fire to improve. Kasi we know, in a sense na competition is good if it's healthy. Siyempre, mahirap naman na competition na nagsasakitan kayo, di ba? That's a different area naman. It's, when we say competitive in nature, healthy competition. Lahat kayo nagtataasan. I know, that's not the good term. Hinihila nyo paakyat yung isa't isa. But with this question, answer natin is letter A, cooperative atmosphere. Importante na mas cooperative kaysa competitive yung isang group. Bakit nga ba? What's the importance of cooperation? Number 1, achieving common goals. Kasi since nagbuo kayo ng isang grupo, most probably, although individually may iba-iba kayong goals, but in a group, met kayo isang group, isang goal na primarily yun ang gusto nyong ma-achieve, di ba? Building relationships, kapag nasa grupo tayo, mas lumalawak yung area of influence. Number 3, fostering creativity, no? Syempre mas nadja-jive yung utak natin or mas nagkakaroon tayo ng opportunity to improve and also to be creative. Kasi maraming tumutulong sa atin or maraming possibly na magbigay sa atin ng feedback, di ba? Unlike kapag mag-isa ka lang, no? Sarili mo lang kasi yung aasahan mo when it comes with feedbacking and also getting areas of improvement. Aside from that, cooperation, it's important in social work kasi mas na-enhance mo yung service delivery, mas lumalawak yung knowledge mo and also resources na meron ka. Kasi, syempre, we are in a collectivist society. Mas marami tayo, mas makakatipid if practical resource, diba? It also fosters supportive and effective environment for not only the clients, but also for the social workers. It will greatly, or chances are, mas magandang outcomes na makukuha natin kapag cooperative in nature versus kapag competitive. Number 10, to be effective in your interview, what must be avoided in demonstrating active listening? Letter A, asking close-ended questions. B, using non-verbal cues. This is social work, communication, and documentation. Anong answer natin? Must be avoided. Kapag sa board exam, kapag may mga ganyang mga terms, i-highlight nyo na. Baka kasi hindi nyo makita and then magkamali kayo. Maghanap kayo ng positive term, pero avoided yung tinatanong. It's a negative kasi. Answer natin, although yung iba, of course, sabi nga nila, even verbal, di ba, mahirap din or sometimes nagkakaroon tayo ng misinterpretation with our words. Mas possibly in non-verbal cues din, di ba? Mahirap din naman i-decipher minsan yung mga non-verbal cues ng tao. minsan hindi mo naman mainly gusto na ma-offend or may pinoportray ka na message not using nonverbal pero iba yung interpretation ng kausap mo. Di ba? Possibly mangyari yun. But nonverbal cues are good, di ba? Such as yung nodding, no? Yung mga ganong klaseng cues na um, may encourage mo yung client mo to go on, especially kapag emotional yung pinag-uusapan nyo. You can nod your head, you can provide minimal encouragers for your client to feel na nakikinig ka or you have your 100% attention sa discussion nyo or sa pag-uusap nyo. Answer natin is, of course, asking close-ended questions. Why we should avoid close-ended questions? Because close-ended questions limit the scope of the conversation. Or better yet, it closes the conversation. Kapag ang sagot mo is yes or no lang or binary lang yung sagot mo, that limits, di ba? It uncovers details or provide clarification. Sorry. Kapag close-ended, since ano lang, dalawa lang yung possibly sagot or isang word lang, usually, no? Hindi mo masyadong maintindihan kasi hindi siya expounded. Unlike kapag open-ended yung questions na tinatanong mo, it opens a conversation, it gets people talking, mas may expound ng kliyente yung nararamdaman niya. Uh, Aside from that, mas hahaba yung pag-uusap niyo. But syempre, as a good interviewer, kailangan you have to make sure na mababalik mo dun sa main point ng yung main discussion nyo. Kasi minsan, syempre sa mga clients natin, there are chances na mawawala tayo kasi napapahaba yung usapan. No? It is generally advisable to avoid close-ended questions. Bakit nga ba? Because they limit the depth of information and hindi masyadong insightful yung answer ng client natin. In comparison with the open-ended question, it allows social workers for richer responses. Mas natural yung pag-uusap nyo kasi conversational. That is avoiding close-ended questions. Number 11, what is the unconscious process most closely associated with the phenomena of transference? Is it letter A, displacement, or B, sublimation? Yung sagot natin dito. We encountered this, the defense mechanism in episode 2. I know you already have a background. Answer natin is letter A, displacement. Bakit nga ba? Displacement is the transfer of negative emotion from one person or thing to an unrelated person or thing. Ang tinatanong niya, much closely associated with transference. Kasi with transference, di ba, we transfer unconscious behaviors or projection of feelings from past relationships sa social worker. It's similar with displacement. Kasi with displacement, ba, it's a defense mechanism in redirecting negative emotions, impulses, and behaviors from a threatening to less threatening. Kapag hindi natin mo-fulfill yung anger natin, for example, with their boss, no, or someone na nanakit sa atin, there are chances na i-displace natin siya with others. Pag sublimation naman, it's channeling unacceptable and potentially disruptive impulses, thoughts, or emotions into socially acceptable behavior. Kapag meron kang bottled anger sa sarili mo, di ba? You might indulge with sports such as boxing. Example natin with this photograph or slide na punching bag to channel angry impulses. Hindi niya ma-fulfill yung anger niya or ma-transfer yun to that person na nagbigay sa kanya ng pain. So, ita-transfer niya sa isang bagay na walang buhay. Diba? That's sublimation din. Number 12, what is the process, capacity, or outcome of successful adaptation despite challenging or threatening circumstances, otherwise known as overcoming the odds? Is it A, resilience, or B, defense mechanism? From the term overcoming the odds and successful adaptation despite challenging or threatening circumstances, answer natin, A, resilience. Resilience is the ability to cope with the crisis using mental and emotional strategies such as relationship building, self-efficacy, and healthy thinking among others. Very common yung resilience sa ating Filipinos kasi despite major disasters or major problems in our lives, we cope up, we thrive in the face of adversity. And social workers, usually vulnerable population yung mga clients natin. So we need to be resilient for us to be able to manage our stress or maintain our well-being and also be effective. Kasi kapag hindi ka effective or ikaw sa sarili mo, you know na dysfunctional ka, you will do more harm than good, di ba? That's between you and yourself and between you and yourself reflection. You have to reflect with your feelings. Number 13. It describes a young boy's subconscious attraction to his mother and rivalry with his father. Is it A, Oedipus complex, or B, Electra complex? This is human behavior and social environment. Kapag young boy or kapag yung batang lalaki has an attraction with his mother, it is letter A, Oedipus complex. Let's compare the two. Oedipus complex, same-sex parent, usually on male children, no? Sigmund Freud discovered it in 1899. Kapag sa anxiety naman, the boy faces castration anxiety. With Electra complex, girls start to hate their mother at age 3 or 6 and develop feelings for the father. It was discovered by Carl Jung in 1913, and the girl faces penis envy. Well, more of explanation to that, it describes the boy's unconscious feelings of attraction and rivalry to the father. That's Oedipus complex. Kapag Electra naman, girl's unconscious feelings to attraction to her father and rivalry with her mother. Baliktad lang sila. That's Oedipus complex. Number 14 refers to the specific means and tools used by the group members to carry their planned group activities or program. Is it A, program media, or letter B, medium? Sir Jeric Rosario, hi. Good evening. Happy Saturday. Yeah, answer is letter A po. Thanks for answering. Okay. Refers to the specific means and tools. Ano ba yung ginagamit natin for the group members to carry planned group activities? That is letter A, program media. What are program media? Program media, its goal is to enhance group relationship using improvement in members' own environment conditions. Or in a shorter term, it's varieties of activities and tools na magagamit natin to make sure na may engagement with group members. And ang goal naman natin, purposive siya. Hindi ka kukuha ng program media just because or hindi ka gagamit ng program media just because you want to. Kailangan in line siya with the program objectives ng grupo or the social group work. Example natin with program media, games, ano pa, arts, yan, music, role-playings, discussions, or outings sa labas, di ba? Ang goal ng program media is to establish or foster group relationships, ma-address natin kung ano yung need ng members of the group. Pwede. And also, for us to be able to work with or work through with the feelings and the problems of the group. That is program media. And last number, the process of actively influencing the psychosocial functioning of individuals and groups during a period of acute disequilibrium. A. Psychosocial intervention or B. Crisis intervention. Ano ba yung kabaliktaran ng disequilibrium? It's equilibrium, balance, no? May balance with the client, stable yung kliyente. But for this question, for some reason, due to problems, di ba, nagkaroon ng acute disequilibrium. Anong term natin when we say that? That is letter B, crisis intervention. Ano ba yung crisis intervention theory or approach? It's a short-term, immediate, and focused approach, no? Aimed to help those people who's experiencing crisis, no? Kailangan mabalik sila sa normal functioning nila as quickly or as fast as possible or as soon as possible actually kasi it's a major distress kapag crisis intervention usually it's emotional, it's financial, no? It involves a targeted interventions designed to stabilize the individual, address the crisis situation, and also promote coping and resilience. Aside from helping the client deal with the crisis itself, you have to acknowledge or deal with or address the immediate needs ng kliyente mo. No? Mainly kasi pag crisis intervention, food assistance, kapag below sila ng poverty or due to inflation rates, sometimes it's medical, sometimes burial. Depende sa immediate need ng kliyente. Aside from that, you have to provide psychosocial support. And also, you have to help the client for the client to be able to prevent na lumala pa yung crisis na nangyayari sa buhay niya because of that problem, no? Kasi for that problem, there's consequences and you have to avoid long-term negative consequences dun sa immediate need ng kliyente mo. That is crisis intervention. All right? Our quote for today, be where you are, otherwise you will miss your life. Buddha. Ang meaning niyan, since usually we are very obsessed with the future, sometimes even the past, di ba? I believe na past is just a book, no? We can read it, pero we should never stay with it. Learn our lessons and don't be pressured with the future. You have to stay in the present kasi if you don't stay in the present, ma-miss out mo yung mga magagandang nangyayari sa buhay mo. Even for example, the love that you are receiving, 'di ba? The blessings, no? Opportunities na meron ka. Yeah. So, it's important for you to be where you are and to be in the present. Again, before we end this session, if hindi ka pa nakakapag-subscribe, we already have a few videos na you can browse. Kung nagre-review ka ngayon, kung naghahanap ka ng additional materials na pwede mong gamitin, you might as well check ang ating videos that are posted in our YouTube channel. It might help you then have a different perspective. I'm sure many of you meron ng review center, but one of my tips then while nung nagre-review ako at my time is to gather different sources and also check different perspectives. Baka meron pang perspective na gusto mong mahanap or gusto mong makita and I might help you with that. So you might check out ang videos natin. This will be our last video for this series na General Knowledge Drills. The next videos that we will be posting or live streaming will be areas na ng social work board exam. And we will be starting with human behavior and social environment. I will be expounding then yung mga areas. We will be focusing on the table of specification. Each subject, itackle natin yan and we will provide ample items with each subjects. You might um, check that out kapag ano, I will be also posting kung kailan natin siya makikita or mapapanood. So, if hindi ka pa nakakapag-subscribe, please subscribe now to our YouTube channel. And thank you so much for watching this live. I know, vampire. Sorry, sorry for that. Yeah, lumabas yung ano ko, intrusive thoughts. Thank you so much again. I hope you have a great day ahead. And also, um, I hope whatever it is that you're currently experiencing, even problems in life, I mean, I know, malalagpasan natin yan if we believe in ourselves and we believe in God Almighty. Thank you so much again and see you soon. Bye for now.